Let's try this again. I'm basically trying to see if this microphone works, what's causing the buzz in my sound, and whether or not that is basically important for the message I want to get across. Because I'll tell you what, one of the things that's happening nowadays is people can't get going. They can't begin unless they have the highest quality horn, the highest quality recording equipment, the best tuning device and metronome. Well, that's not the way I was raised. I was given a cardboard box and a crayon or a pencil, and my mom said, "Have a great time." And I did. Because that was basically important for me, is to be able to be in a place where I could be free to roam in my imagination, where I could be free to go outside and pretend I was flying in the clouds, lay on my back and look at the clouds and put my feet up in the air and put my hands on either side of my head. And you know what? All I could see were my feet against the clouds, and I'd feel like I was flying. I didn't need any apps on my computer or iPhone to have a great time. What's basic? One of the basic things that is happening today is that people need so much to get going. You don't need all high quality things all the time. Really. Get going. The quality is going to be in your value and gratefulness for what you have and how you use that. So, if someone shows you how to play a scale, you practice it from the joy of being able to do or being able to learn to do. So the effort, we're taught frustration. I don't know, maybe I was born with it. Maybe that's why I'm talking about it so much. I had a lot of frustration. I wanted things now. The only difference was I never gave up until they were actually happening. So I still loved it. You know, that's what I wanted to do. My parents weren't musicians. I wanted to do it. And to basically be intact as a performer, you can't lose track of what kept you on track towards your goal. So, I don't know if my words are even going to come out because I put the microphone over there. I'm going to play a few things and see if that buzzes back to me. I'm basically trying to figure this out. I'm trying to keep happy doing it. Do you ever think about what articulation is basically? We call them attacks. That really is a stinky word. It is articulation. It's speaking. When we pick up an instrument and we feel that the sound response is immediate, we say, "Boy, does this instrument speak well." And so, when thinking about articulation, I really try not to say attacks. It's so ingrained in that I'm sure it comes out of my mouth more often than I would actually like. But basically, when working on articulations and beginnings and middles and ends of notes too, we're speaking. It's diction. And the more clarity we have when we speak, the better. But I'll tell you, someone can enunciate the beginnings of words, have excellent grammar, and say absolutely nothing. Say absolutely nothing doing all those things. So part of the basics at first is, guess what? The relief of that, we don't have to say something right away. First, we're just learning to utter words. Now later, once someone's vocabulary on the instrument gets broader, then the great thing they can do is start to get into the subtlety of how they're enunciating words, what their diction is, how they're emphasizing certain words, because that is their vehicle for the essence of what they're trying to say to be communicated. So when we look on basics on the horn, beyond the very beginning level, we're looking at trying to have more command so we can say more. So if I play I'm trying to actually think of a simple, clear, unencumbered statement. Could you please get the mail? It's outside. And even dealing with beginners, I think infusing that idea into it immediately connects more of their mind and their emotions in a natural way. So they realize, yes, I can actually say something right away. And when they'll also tie them into phrasing, which is very basic and very natural. The way someone would phrase, I need help, is different to, boy, was this a delicious dinner. It's very different. So, enunciation, diction. We don't worry about how stellar it is right away in the beginning. We just want to be able to see if we can move our lips. The baby goes, Dada, Mama, Papa, Wee Wee, Doggy. No one's saying no. Dog. And what is the definition of a dog? That's too much too soon. And so even as the seasoned professional, to be able to get into the practice room and do basics from an unencumbered standpoint is a relief and actually much more nourishing. To take off the burden of a high standard right away and warm into it. Warm into it. That's one of the basic reasons for warming up, is to warm into our standards. It's basic. Let's see if this microphone works.